Woman doesn't have the right to vote. In 1920, historically, women have been considered intellectually inferior to men. They were seen as major sources of temptation and evil. Women were also considered naturally weaker than men. Woman is the gate of devil, the path of wickedness, the sting of serpent in a world of perilous object, said Saint Jerome, Latin father in a church. They were flappers. These women challenged traditional American values such as short tims underskirts, short bob hair, drank hard liquor, smoked cigarettes, and many more. The 19th Amendment. They were saying at that time that the right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. Alice Paul was the head of the National Women's Party. She felt that the 19th Amendment wasn't enough, so pushed for an Equal Rights Amendment to be added to the Constitution. The Equal Rights Amendment era. They were saying men and women shall have equal rights throughout the United States and every place subject to its jurisdiction. It was first introduced to Congress in 1923. The era made all forms of discrimination based on sex illegal and never passed in Congress. Margaret Sanger. In 1921, Margaret Sanger founded the American Birth Control League, ABCL, today known as the Planned Parenthood. In 1923, she established the Clinical Research Bureau, the first legal birth control clinic in the U.S. Women were then able to control their own bodies. This movement educated women about existing birth control methods. At 1936, a Supreme Court decision disclassified birth control information as obscene. Women's Bureau of the Department of Labor. In the 1920s, the Women's Bureau of the Department of Labor was established to gather information about the situation of women at work and to advocate for changes in funds were needed. Many suffragists became actively involved with lobbying for legislation to protect women workers from the abuse and unsafe conditions. Pink-collar jobs. Pink-collar jobs gave women a taste of the work world, with low-paying service occupations, and made less money than men did doing the same jobs. For example, secretaries, teachers, telephone operators, and nurses. Women were confined to traditional feminine fields in the workforce. The new professional woman was the most vivid and widely published image in the 1920s, but in reality, most middle-class married women remained at home to care for the children. In 1928 Olympics, these were the first Olympics that women were allowed to compete in. There were many arguments about these actions. Some argued that it was historically inappropriate since women did not compete in ancient Greek Olympics. Others said that physical competition was injurious to women. Education. By 1928, women were earning 39% of the college degrees given in the United States. It had risen from the original 19% it was at the beginning of the century.